I got some time before my next fishing trip, so I thought, well, why not do a little bit of a show and tell, or a bit of a fishing bag dump to share with you what I actually take fishing. Nice little pack, brand new one, this one. Christened it yesterday in the fishing trip. I like the fact it's got 3 pockets, so I can actually organise things a bit better. So let's have a look at what we got. We'll get it all out first and then I'll go through and have a look at each of the items in turn, a little bit more detail. That's it for that one. That's it for that bag. Reel, cord, first aid kit, sun gloves, a buff, and also too the little camera bag that contains a spare battery and a couple of lens cleaning wipes. First up, the reel. It's a Daiwa Certate 2013 model, I think it is, 2500 size. Great little reel, this one. Like it very much. A buff for those hot summer days when I'm not particularly interested in getting myself burnt. This one's actually in their Cool Max material, so there are sun gloves. Again, try and keep the sun off the back of the hands. Piece of Venetian cord, because rope always comes in handy. And some super glue that's actually inside an atomic hard shads little lure box. Helps protect the super glue. Then I have a little box of lures. And the bread and butter ones are these here. Let me see if I can get one out. Just about all the carp I catch are on this one. Little atomic hard shads, mid 40 in the ghost brown colour. As you can see the difference, this one's a brand new one and this one's the one I've been using for the last couple of trips. Great little lures, particularly for carp. And I have some deeper divers. This one dives, the mid dives to about 60 centimetres or 0.6 of a metre. These ones are little fatties from a mob called Hurricane Lures here in Australia. These go to about 1.2 metre. Likewise, their 40 centimetre job dives to about 1.2. The atomic deeper divers in the same shad pattern dives to about 0.8. And these ones here are shallow runners, dives to about 30 centimetres. So I've got shallow, deep and medium options. A few backup lures of the same pattern. Some spare trebles, size 16s, because carp are actually fairly tough on trebles, and these little light lures have small light trebles. So I always carry spare trebles with me, because in the course of a trip I'm nearly always replacing at least one of the trebles. And to do that, I've got a little Daiwa mini split ring pliers. Handy little things, work very well for removing trebles by opening split rings. Here I've got some little lure clips that I use to attach the lure to the line with. Stronger attachment than a loop knot, and also too enables better movement of the lure. And then also too I've collected some split rings, which again, if I need to replace them while I'm fishing, I've got spares with me. Little torch, this one's a little Phoenix PD2, great little torch, more than enough light for if I'm late getting back to the car and it's dark, more than enough light to be able to walk along the riverbank with. Here is just a simple little cigarette lighter, and inside here I've got a couple of pieces of 3-ply cardboard that I've soaked with candle wax, paraffin, and make a great little fire starter. Will easily start a fire even with wet wood, burns for long enough and hot enough. And this is a piece of fat wood that I've put inside a Vicks inhaler container. Makes a nice little compact unit, which also then gives me a second way of starting a fire. Spare battery for my torch. UV glow marker, actually quite effective for carp, because carp can see in the ultraviolet spectrum, and when water's murky or particularly muddy, putting this along the lateral line of the lure certainly helps the carp to spot them. A tape measure, both in inches and in centimetres. A little Leatherman PS, oh gosh, I've had this thing probably 17 or 18 years, still going strong. Very handy to get the lures out of a fish. A little mini first aid kit with essentially band-aids, some alcohol swabs, and also too, particularly handy in summer, just a little couple of packets of rehydration powder. So if I've been sweating a lot, then I can just add this to my drinking water and away I go. Lens cleaning for the camera, because quite often I'll need to remove splashes etc. from the carp. The Phoenix whistle, in case again I need to signal someone if anything happens. A little container with a few flies which I know work for carp, although I haven't fly fished for carp for a few years. A great little knife, this one. This is a special Swiss Army knife that was developed by a guy called Swiss Bianco. It's what he calls his bushcraft model, and it comes with a saw, an awl, and a blade. That's it. Just the 3 tools. A very useful blade, an awl, and a saw. Pretty much carry it as a backup, so again if I need to saw something I've got a handy little saw. Although it's nowhere near a Silky Boy or a Boreal 21, it's still quite an effective little saw for its size. I carry this as a little backup. A bird and trout knife from Blunt Cut Metalworks. Very, very good little knife. Very good knife. I'd rate this as probably the best small fishing knife I own. This and its twin, which is a S125V. And last but not least, certainly not here in Australia, is a first aid kit. I recently upgraded it from a plastic container to this ESSI little meskin version. Primary focus. Primary focus is crepe bandages, so that if the need ever arises and I need to put on a compression bandage for a snake bite, I've got more than enough to cover it, plus a few other handy useful things, including a spare lighter. And inside here I've got a little fishing kit. Thank you for watching. Also forgot to mention, I also carry a spare spool of 8-pound FC rock fluorocarbon. Very good line, this one, very abrasion resistant, because particularly important for carp because the back of their first couple of dorsal spines is actually serrated. In the course of fighting them with their spines, their dorsal spines erect, quite often the leader gets caught up behind those spines, so having an abrasion resistant leader is a huge advantage. Okay, FC rock. Thanks for watching.